Ambulance New Brunswick did a presentation for us. And they said out of 600,000 calls in the last number of years, we've had 13 complaints based on language. And out of those 13 complaints, 9 of them were from the same individuals. From three. Yeah, 9 of the complaints were from 3 individuals. And none of the complaints were like threatening or had any issue with the success of the case. So do we have a problem in that world? Do we have a problem with the mayor Bennings? We're making it a problem. So when you look at the facts, and if you look back at what Louis Robichaud had planned in 1969, and I have it, I don't have it readily available, but it was basically said that no one in this province, in the civil service, will lose their job or lose a promotion because of being unilingual, either French or English. It is as clear could be.
The best person for the job.
Exactly. Skill will always prevail. And it was there. So you say, well, how did we get so far away from that? And to make it worse, when I mentioned about the number of students that are graduating that are not bilingual. So the office should question, why do we need a language commissioner in the province? But that's not the issue. The issue is, what is the problem? Is it real? When I traveled around the province, I found people everywhere in any language that say, how do we fix this problem? How do we get this back on track? I don't want this to turn into an emotional item. I want to base it on facts. And I've read what Don Toronto has been printing, and you know there's a lot of words there. But for me, it's statistics. It's like, where are we? What are we doing? In this community, I had to deal with the association, the Francophone group, when the new school was built, to combine the 2 bus systems. They said, we don't care about the bus systems. Our kids get off the bus and run down the street and play with each other. We don't care about that. And I said, perfect. I said, we get the new school, and it was a constitutional requirement to build the school. I said, we'll combine the bus systems. And they said, well, we should look at the daycare, make sure the rates are competitive with other daycares in the valley, and we should be contracting the work, the snow plowing, the maintenance work in the schools out with the community, not farming it from outside. So we're all inside. I said, that's the bigger prize. Let's go after that. Well, we didn't survive the election.
You're a numbers guy, I know that, but we have a duplication of school bus systems in New Brunswick.
That was the point. Combine them.
And you see the bus going to one of the schools with 4 students.
That's right. That's right.
And you see the other bus jam-packed. And I have no problem with your kids learning French and being bilingual. But when you're talking duplication of services and cost overruns, it's an incredible burden on our province.
The people, your neighbors, Francophone neighbors, Anglophone neighbors, they feel the very same way. And the goal for me, it's a $56 million item, it was at that time, it may be 60 now, to run the 2 systems in the province. We could have probably saved about 20 million, and our kids would go to school together on the same bus. Imagine that, right?
So when you're creating a segregated province,
yeah.
You're segregating the kids.
So the issue, if you take that further, because I think the bus issue could be resolved, and I think that we had the agreement right here. There wasn't a problem. It just fell apart because we didn't get back in power. But it's a longer-term strategy where we go. But if you take health system, we know that the school system constitutionally is protected through a separate system. Well, fair enough. But if you take the health system and you say, okay, it's all right if the Dumont Hospital in Moncton, let's say, and Moncton General, so they're 2 operating hospitals, one in French and one in English, that's fine. But both hospitals have to serve everyone in the province. You don't need to say, I got a 3T MRI in the Dumont, so I need one in Moncton General, and vice versa. I need to complement the service. Get it wherever I need to be, because we have an obligation, but don't duplicate the service. And that's my goal, is that we cannot afford to keep duplicating any services. We need to have a situation where we complement each other, we do it in both official languages, and we do it together. But when we do stupid things like have one bus, all another empty, people look at that and say, wow, what is wrong with that?